hip hop dead or what, man?
I wouldn't say hip hop is dead. Hip hop's alive and well. Hip hop's kicking like a motherfucker. Hip hop's doing its thing. I think a lot of people like to say hip hop is dead because hip hop isn't the same as it was back in your day that you enjoyed. You know what I mean? But you cannot say that hip hop's not evolving. You got your Kendrick Lamar's, and you got your J. Cole's, and you got your Jay-Z still rocking them and doing their thing. You know what I mean? How can you say hip hop is dead? It's doing its thing. It's definitely evolving. It's different to say the least. It's definitely different, but it isn't dead. Not by a long shot.
The reason I say it though, it's a context behind. I don't know if you heard the new song by Future. It's called Molly Percocet. Now you're driving in the car with your son. Of course the radio's gonna black it out. Let's just say you got most people got phones, songs on their phones now. A lot of people, the radio's kind of phased out, so that means you're gonna have the words in it. Enough is gonna be blanked out. What do you think about? We know one year or at one point in time that hip hop, it was kind of conscious. Public Enemy, different things. NWA came in, kind of bastardized, niggerized it, but at the end of the day, it was telling our story regardless of what it was. It was fuck the police. It was this, that. You know what I mean? And then, the Jews gained control over the record companies, and they put push the gangster rap. That's what they started promoting. That's what, Zach started pushing out, the gangster rap. You know what I mean? So it was cool to sell drugs. It was cool to shoot your own brother. Now you flip it. You know what I mean? Now it's the effeminization and the promotion of drugs like Molly Percocet. How you got a rapper promoting Xanax use, Percocet use, Molly use, alcohol use, nicotine use, all in one song, and nobody thinks nothing wrong with that? You got to speak on. We have to address this issue right now. You got kids, I got kids. What do you think about that?
Well, see, it's funny. I mean, shout out to Future, shout out to what your brother's doing. I mean, I'm not going to disrespect what he's doing, but I don't know the song. I haven't heard the song. And the reason why I haven't heard the song is because I have the ability to channel what the fuck I listen to nowadays, and that's the power of what we got going on now. And that's the positive side of what we got going on now in this day and age. When you got shit like Molly Percocet going on, and you got babies getting fed this, it's all about the programming, like I referenced to in one of the other pieces. They programming us early to do this ignorant nonsense, to at the end of the day be said, I told you so when we become an adult, and it's crazy. You know what I mean? I listen to Kendrick, like I told y'all, like I said a million times, that's my favorite rapper, because he is the Public Enemy of 2017. He is the KRS-One of 2017. He is the Corrupt of 2017. He is giving you that word, that message that we need, maybe in an unconventional way, maybe not in a way that you can go bump down the street and look hard with your boys on, but if you really dig into the message of what he's saying, he's speaking some real shit, and it's the kind of shit that we listen to. So although the subject matter might be a little explicit for my 8-year-old son, when we riding, I'd rather listen to that than some motherfucking Molly Percocet. No disrespect, or pardon my language on that. You know what I mean? I know it's some women out here, so I apologize for my language, but yeah, I can't do that.
But what about, let's keep it real, what about the people? Some people will say, we got to pay devil's advocate. That's a cop-out. Now, I understand what you're saying, but what about the masses of people that do listen to the Molly? It's no condemnation for Future, no condemnation for the record labels pushing this agenda, because a lot of people don't tell you about the dark side of, the addiction to alcohol and nicotine. You know what I mean? It's a dark side, so...
I apologize for not even really digging into it. I'll dig into it now, but I'm a firm believer of positive vibration. What you give in, what you put in, you give out. You know what I mean? What you give in, you take it. You feel me? So me not referencing it is me not even paying it attention. Therefore, it's dead in my eye. You know what I mean? Because the shit is so out of control. Like I referenced to earlier, how their main agenda is to program us. They put this shit in the music for us to listen to, for us to think that's all that is. You know what I mean? I remember getting Ready to Die by Biggie when I was 8 years old. My mom and dad didn't know what was going on. It was some rap. And Biggie's one of my favorite artists, but no disrespect. He was talking about murdering, killing himself, doing all kind of shit that wasn't anything I needed to be listening to. But I took it and I gravitated to it. You know what I mean? And thank God I had good people around me to where I didn't follow through on those things. But you don't have people, you have people in situations, a lot of us in situations, to where this is all we have is these rappers, these role models, and this is all we look up to. So when we hearing Molly Percocet, and when we seeing the way they living in the fast lifestyle, the advances, we don't know that those cars that they got are rented. We don't know that shit that they wearing ain't real. We don't know that money they throwing is fake. And we seeing this and they glamorizing that, and then we thinking once we get to that level, this is what we have to do. Or when we hustle or we trap, this is what we have to do. It's a vicious cycle, man. It's all about programming. We have to reprogram ourselves, because the shit's it's disgusting, and they do it for a reason. It's an agenda. You can tie it in with media, you can tie it in with sports, you can tie it in with all that shit. It's all an agenda. It's all a way of programming. And until we can get outside of that block and really want to start thinking for ourselves and thinking that there is other ways out outside of this Molly Percocet shit, outside of having to dribble a basketball, run down the field to achieve what we need to achieve or establish what we need to establish as a people, we ain't gonna get anywhere.
Right. I got